Welcome to the online class. Today's topic is continuation to the components of Indian financial system. This is the second component, that is financial institution. It is an organization that mobilizes savings and provide finance or credit to individuals and organizations. This institution helps in free, fair and transparent market operations. It has got certain regulatory institutions, that is MOF, that is Ministry of Finance, then SEBI, Securities Exchange Board of India, then RBI, Reserve Bank of India. These are the regulatory body for all other sub-markets. Then financial institutions are also known as financial intermediaries because it acts as a middleman between the lender and the borrowers. Lender means those who have surplus money to lend in the financial institution, and borrower means those person who are in need of those funds. It can be divided into three, that is banking institution, non-banking institution and specialized financial institution. Banking institution includes central bank, commercial bank, RRBs, cooperative bank, etc. It is formed under Banking Regulation Act 1949. Then comes the non-banking institution. It includes investment company, leasing finance, leasing firms, then venture capital, etc. formed under Companies Act 1956. Then comes the specialized financial institution include SFC, State Financial Corporation, Industrial Development Bank, Industrial Cooperatives, then NHB, that is National Housing Board, IDFC, that is Infrastructure Development Finance Company, then SIDBI, that is Small Industrial Development Bank of India. These are the institutions who focus on specialized area only, that is the specialized financial institution. So these are the three classification of Indian financial institutions. Next is non-banking financial company. Non-banking financial company is also known as non-banking financial institutions. These are the financial institutions that offer various banking service but do not have banking license. Generally, these institutions are not allowed to take additional demand deposit or issue checks to the customers. It is registered under Companies Act 1956. It engages in business of loan and advances, leasing, hire purchase, insurance business, chit business, etc. It has got different classes. One is asset finance company, investment company and loan company. So the major difference between banking institution and non-banking financial company is that banking institution is registered under Banking Regulation Act 1949 and NBFCs are registered under Companies Act 1956. Basic difference between two is that banks can take demand deposit as well as issue checks to the customer, but non-banking financial institution cannot take demand deposit as well as issue checks to the customer. These are the major difference between banking institution and non-banking institution. Next is financial instruments. These instruments are documents that represent an asset to one party and liability to another. It can be a contract or document like a bond, share, bill of exchange, futures or option contracts, checks, draft or more. Financial instruments carry a monetary value and are legally enforceable. One can also create, modify and trade such instruments which represent a binding agreement between the two parties. So financial instruments are negotiable instruments or documents that can be bought and sold between the buyer and seller. Next is it is divided into two, that is primary and secondary in the basis of nature. Primary means primary or direct instruments means these are directly issued by ultimate borrower, that is company in the market to the ultimate saver. Company can directly issue shares in the market to its ultimate savers, that is investors. That is equity, for example, equity, debenture, etc. Next one is secondary or indirect instrument are issued by intermediaries to ultimate savers. Means in this secondary or indirect instruments, there comes the intermediaries. The middleman comes in between the ultimate savers, ultimate borrowers, and ultimate savers. For example, mutual fund, insurance policies, etc. Financial instruments are broadly divided into two, that is money market instrument and capital market instrument. So money market instrument means it is a market for short-term securities, it is a market for short-term instruments whose maturity period is less than 1 year. For example, call or notice money, treasury bill, term money, certificate of deposit, commercial paper. Next is capital market instrument. It is a market for long-term instruments which has got maturity more than 1 year. For example, equity, preference, debentures, and bonds. Next is financial services. Financial services means these are the activities and benefit connected with sale of money or money's worth. They facilitate financial transaction of individual and institutional investors. Financial services covers a wide range of activities including insurance, banking, and credit services such as merchant banking, mutual fund, venture capital financing, leasing, stock broking, hire purchase, housing finance, portfolio management, credit rating, consumer finance, factoring, custodial services, etc. The financial services offered in financial market can be categorized into 5, that is funds, intermediation, payment mechanism, provisions of liquidity, risk management, and financial engineering. So this is all about financial services. Services means it is an helping aid or helping services, all those aided services given along with other financial institutions is known as financial service. Next one is role and function of financial system. First one is mobilization of saving, and the savings are allocated to most productive profitable option. Next one is reallocation of accumulated old saving, means taking funds from those projects which are not profitable and reallocating them into most profitable option. Next one is organization of payment and settlement system. It ensures safe and quick movement of funds. Provision of liquidity means settlement of claim can be done easily, and there is a free flow of cash always. Next one is provision of good corporate governance system, means there should be a transparency, accountability, and fairness. Then next one is generation of information. It generates all those information regarding economic and financial decision making. Next is creation of innovative scheme and features for financial instruments attractive to investors, that is financial innovation. Next is management of uncertainty and risk. It is associated with mobilization of saving and allocation of credit. Next is encourage investments by lowering cost of transactions and offering increased rate of return to investors. Next one is facilitate judicious allocation of financial resources for economic development of the nation. Next one is facilitate financial engineering, development of new and improved financial product, or repack the existing one in financial instruments, market services, etc. to ensure a better performance in the system. Next one is promoting capital formation by channelizing the flow of savings into most productive investment schemes. So these are the role and functions of financial system. Thank you.